All right now we're going to talk about schools. So I'm taking you to the Volta region, where headmaster of Akatsi Senior High School in the Volta region, Dixon Amemazio, has been under pressure to resign or apply for transfer. Well, this afternoon or this morning, the all students, parents and some other citizens of Akatsi held a press conference at which they said the headmaster has been mismanaged the school in his 2-year stay there. I have here in the studio one of those who organized the press conference is All Student Association Executive Ruben Abledu, is actually the president of the All Student Association. He joins me here in the studio. We're hoping to get also through to Mr. Dickinson Amemazio to get his side of the story apart from this press conference. But let me start with you, Mr. Abledu. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So you in your press statement, you lay a number of accusations against the headmaster of Akatsi Senior High School. You sum it all up to say that he's mismanaged the school. When you say he's mismanaged the school, exactly what do you mean?
Thank you. When we say Mr. Mamazio has mismanaged our school, we simply means that before the coming of Mr. Mamazio to the school, ACAST, ACAST is the acronym of Akatsi Senior High Technical School. ACAST has been rated as the best senior high technical school in the Volta region, in the whole of the Volta region. When he came, that resulted from the smooth collaboration of the immediate past, headmaster and the earlier headmasters with the stakeholders of the school. But on his coming, he has decided to push us aside and said government doesn't need the old students to develop the school. Government doesn't need the PTA to develop the school.
But that's not enough to accuse someone of mismanagement just because he doesn't really want someone.
Yes, I am laying a foundation for.
Okay, it's because I asked for what exactly you mean.
Okay,
I want to know exactly what he has done, which gives you the impression or which makes you say he has mismanaged.
I have in my hand 2 reports. Okay. One set up by the District Education Oversight Committee. Okay. That investigated allegations leveled against Mr. Mamazio. 14 allegations were raised. 12 and a half were proven to be true. That's one of them is that the headmaster has been fighting with the teachers in the school, has been fighting with parents, has been fighting with students.
Over what?
Anything. He can just see a teacher in public, disgrace the teacher. A parent can go, want to talk to the headmaster. He, in public, say anything. He doesn't know how to talk.
Again, we don't have, we're trying to call Mr. Mamazio to get his side of the story. Hang on, I'm just making an announcement. To get Mr. Mamazio to get his side of the story, so it's not a one-sided story at all. We're still working the lines to reach him so he can answer some of these questions that are coming up. So I want, you are building a point about what makes you believe that he's mismanaged the school.
Yes.
Okay. You say there is a report done by what's organization again, sorry? A committee constituted by what, DEOC of the district?
Yes.
That's the
District Education Oversight Committee.
Okay.
Of the district. That is one committee. There is another committee set up by the Avano Traditional Council.
Okay. And what's I want you to tell us exactly, because we're running out of time. Okay. Exactly what he has done. You indicated in your press release that the students have failed under his in the 2 years that he's been there.
Yes.
What's the aggregate, and what was the aggregate before he came?
Before he came, the performance was very good. But let me sum it up. In his term, in 2018, they presented 533 students for WASI. Only 33 passed to enter any tertiary institutions anywhere in the world. That represents 6%.
That has never happened.
It never happened before. It has. Even at the time we were there and were learning under trees, that never happened. And that was attributed to the behavior of the headmaster, because he doesn't want to, take advice from anybody. He doesn't want to listen to...
What advice did you give him that he did not take?
The headmaster says that he wants to control everything. Now we have been supplying, sometimes we supply computers, the needs of the school.
So you support the school.
We support the
financially.
school financially, and
you
developing
haven't. You don't think that they are not. They're not listening to you after all that you're doing. We've not been able to reach Ms. Amamazio, so we'll have to end the conversation here, because otherwise we're doing a one-sided story, and we don't do that here at JoyNews. But you've done this press conference, and I'm sure that Ms. Amamazio will respond accordingly. We'll be here, Ms. Amamazio, if you're watching, this would like to hear from you. We've been trying to call you.
Can I?
We'll try. Yes, I'll take your final words. We've been trying to call you, Ms. Amamazio, so that you give us your side of the story. But there's a press conference that has been organized, laying a number of issues against you that you need to speak to. We'll try and get to you. So your final words.
Yeah, thank you. I want to say that all the points we have raised are no more allegations, because we have evidence to prove each one of those allegations. And so, and these are signed.
So have you reported him to his superiors if you have evidence?
We did.
You have?
We
did. So are you waiting for a response, or you have already had a response?
It looks like there's no response coming.
There's no response
and so we have to take another action.
Okay.
And we are telling the authorities that if action is not taken, they should not blame us for whatever might come as a result of failing to remove Mr. Amamazio from the school.
All right. Well, there's a procedure. There are always procedures for doing things. So even if he has to be removed, there has to be that procedure observed. Mr. Abledu, thank you very much for coming. And like I said, we're hoping to get through to Mr. Amamazio for his side of the story.